Hello, welcome to Wild West Garage. My name's Morgan, and I'm standing in front of the bench here, and you can see a few items on the table there. And one of the things about metal shaping, at least in my experience, is if you're a metal shaper, you're just a metal shaper. That's what you are. You have, I don't know, I can't explain it. I've been messing around with cars I got my first car when I was 14, so 43 years, I guess, going on 43 years. So, I don't think I did any metal shaping on that car. I just messed around with it, took it apart, ended up going to the scrap yard. It's kind of a shame because it was a 57 four-door 210. And, if I'd have found that car, I would not have let it go to the scrapyard. But anyways, so over the years, I discovered that I had a passion for making things, shaping metal, bending metal, and just, I guess, really in the last, 25 years, over the last 25 years, I haven't had much of an opportunity to to explore that part of my life. But now that I'm older and wiser and all that, I think I'm wiser. I have kind of honed my skills a little bit to the point, especially over the last year. I've been doing this kind of thing now just over a year now, I guess. Well, yeah, a year. Full time. But up until last year, I was working for other people, and but I had this desire to shape metal, and I didn't really have excuse me, I didn't really have a place to bring a car into. I had this shop, and I had a garage, two-car garage, but I've got my Batmobile over there, and I had my 57 Chevy over there, so there wasn't really, and that car wasn't running. I didn't really want to do a bunch of dirty work over there with those two, well, especially the Batmobile. I didn't want to get it all covered in dust. And I couldn't get in this space. It was full of my dad's old woodworking stuff, and I just didn't have time to deal with it. But I could come in here, and there was enough room that I could come here and mess around with stuff. Just enough to, when I had this urge to shape something. And that's what it was. It's kind of like this yearning. Just, I had to shape metal. So I would come out here and play around from time to time and make things. Just kind of useless items, but just to hone my skills and just kind of dream about the future and what I really wanted to do. So anyways, that's enough of the ramble. And so I'll turn the camera around here and show you what I got on the bench here. So I'm going to start with this sword. And some of you might recognize this sword. It's a replica. And so one Halloween, my son came to me, or the days leading up to Halloween. My son came to me and he said he wanted to go as Bilbo Baggin for Halloween. So I think I'm pronouncing that right. From The Hobbit. So he wanted me to make him a sword. So I did. So this is just sheet metal. And I think at the time I didn't have any of these tools like my English wheel or my shrinker stretcher. I didn't have that. I think I had this. I had this anvil. And I had some body hammers. So I spent about 4 or 5 hours making this for my son. So it's made out of, let's see here. The blade is 2 pieces. Hope you can see this. The blade is 2 pieces. And it's welded along the edge here. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but for a kid, man, he was blown away when I brought this thing in the house. And actually, we keep this hung on the wall in the hallway in our house now. But anyways, so the blade's 2 pieces, welded along the edge. What do you call this? This is the hilt. I think it's called the hilt. That's 2 pieces. So there's a weld seam along here. Weld seam along here. And the handle's 2 pieces. And this is just I drew this on here with the MIG welder. And then I left that kind of bluing there and I just lightly ground over it to highlight it. So anyways, that was, like I said, that was a 4 or 5 hour project. Really enjoyed making this. And my son was very grateful for it. So we'll move on to the next thing here. Let's put this down over here. So I can't remember the exact order of things here, but I think, one night I just had to shape some metal, so I came out into the shop and I made this. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of goofy looking, but it was just an exercise in, it's just I had a hunger. I had to shape some metal. So this was the fix right here. So I made that. And then from that one, I think I made this. I went and made that. Oh, so at this point I had my shrinker. So you can see I used it on this. So that's kind of like I don't know, maybe a Maserati fender or something. You see the opening for the headlight there. And this is just aluminum. It's just like, I guess it's called gutter roll. It's thin aluminum. I suppose it's powder coated. I don't know for sure. It's got this enamel coating on it. So so that was another fix. And then another night I made this one. And that's kind of the rear fender on a 1965 Daytona Coupe, I guess. That's what I was going for. It's got kind of a neat shape to it. I don't think I used any anything other than just a ball peen hammer on this one to kind of, you can see all the hammer marks. It's kind of that Italian look, right? So that turned out, I really like the way that turned out. And then I used vice grips to, I used vice grips to fold the wheel opening over. So that was another fix. And then I made this. This is a front fender for a Daytona coupe. And I don't know how many hours I spent working on this. And it, there's no practical reason to do this other than, I guess, as it's practice, right? You're practicing, honing the skills, right? Use the shrinker on this a little bit here, and you can see where, there's some hammer marks there. That I think this was the white stuff too. So I ended up sanding it all off the outside. You can see kind of a little bit of it in the low spots here. Sanded most of it off. But that's that was an evening's work, and I really enjoyed doing it. And I keep this in the family room. I keep this on we got a big fireplace in the family room, and there's a kind of a shelf above the wood box. So that's where this one stays. But anyways, and then you can see, this is some of my more recent work for the 50 Chev. I've got videos on that. And this here, this is a piece that I used to try out my English wheel. And a couple of times when I've been really kind of frustrated with something, like, it's usually a mechanical thing where I'm trying to do something. An example was I was trying to put a latch mechanism in a 2004 Dodge pickup, and I got really frustrated. It was really kind of awkward, difficult, and I wasn't having a good time. So I just put my tools down, came in here, threw this in the English wheel, and shaped it up a bit more, and it was just relaxing. So, really, this is all I want to do. All I want to do is shape metal. Of course, I can't, and I haven't worked on this truck cab for probably a month now or more. I got to get back into it. I've got a couple of projects coming up, or one that's kind of coming to a close, and then I got a Ford pickup coming in here for a little bit of preservation work. But and if you've been watching my videos, you know all about what I've been doing here and why I've been doing it, basically for the same reasons that I just discussed. I just want to shape metal. I don't care if it's the practicality of it. Like, to me, it doesn't matter. You can go out and buy all these parts that I made for this truck, but like I said, I've said this before, I don't want to buy the parts. I want to make them. I want to make parts. I want to shape metal. It's not about practicality. It's just about what I love to do. So anyways, my point of making this video is if you've got this idea in your head that you want to do some metal shaping, but you don't really have the space or necessarily the tools to do it, and you just want to try it out, just go find, you can buy a roll of this gutter roll stuff or aluminum flashing at a hardware store, and and you know, you can buy it without paint on it, and that's what I'd recommend you do. But all this stuff that these chunks of aluminum were it's just junk that my dad had laying around here, and so I used that. So I mean, if you can find used scrap, that, you know, if you know somebody that's in the gutter business, or if you're driving by a job site and somebody's putting a roof on or tearing a roof off, even, there's always flashing that they're pulling off or using, or there's ends, you know, scraps, whatever. So you can get this stuff for free, you know, just, you know, by chance or whatever. But anyways, so that's, you know, this is what you can do. If you just want to satisfy that urge, like, you know, like some people do drugs, some people drink, some people do other things that are crazy. I like to do things that are kind of productive, kind of positive, kind of, you know, kind of leading to something that's going to be good, gonna, you know. So anyways, that's the point of me making this video. Just wanted to share some of these things that were a little, you know, you don't have to get a car and restore a car. I mean, ultimately that's the goal here, to hone my skills to do full-size stuff. But, you know, I just, you know, I was in a job that I wasn't happy with. So a lot of the times at work, I'd be thinking about doing this kind of stuff, but I didn't have a project that was, you know, I had projects. I have cars out in the yard, or I have cars in the garage, but it just wasn't, I just couldn't not get to them at that time. It wasn't a good time to start a project and be halfway through something and have to move it or whatever. So anyways, this is what I did, and I have no regrets about this, especially this guy here. You know, it's in the house. People ask me about it. It's a conversation thing. So, you know, really what I should do is keep going and build a miniature. I don't know. I think that'd be about probably a 1/8 scale, or build the whole car. Anyways, I'd like to build a full-size one, so that's what this is about. So, or something like that. So anyways, thanks for watching, and get out and shape some metal.